Hi everybody, Nicole back with a movie review for you. This time it is a new release. It just came out this past Friday. It's called Whiteout and it stars Kate Beckinsale. The story plot is it's a law marshal who's stationed down in Antarctica with a bunch of scientists and researchers because she wanted someplace simple to go to that she wouldn't have to worry about the extra tough jobs like she dealt with in Miami. But unfortunately, just days before retirement, she is presented with this new case of a dead body found 100 miles away in the icy cold tundra, and she's called to investigate. This investigation leads to a serial killer down in the Arctic. Yeah, that's basically my description. It's pretty bland, but so is this movie. Sorry. Carrie, we'll just go into the characters. Carrie is our only main character. Like I said, she's played by Kate Beckinsale. This character was so bland and monotone. Kate Beckinsale just blah, 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 blah. Any unknown named actress would have done a better job at this. Heck, some of my neighbors have never taken an acting job, probably could do a better job than this. She rarely broke out of this monotone character, except for one time when the serial killer was chasing her for the first time. I actually believed she might have been scared. And then when the bad guy was finally revealed, she hardly flinched. I'm not surprised because I didn't flinch either. I pretty much figured out who the bad guy was at the very beginning of the movie. So, dear Kate, just stick with the cheesy chick flicks that you were born to play in. You're not made for action films. It's not your style. Yeah. Nice try. Nice trying to get out of that comfort zone, but it didn't work. As for the production, the setting is Antarctica before winter, the coldest and darkest place on this earth at this time of year. Unfortunately, I think the film producers forgot these two aspects. It was dark some of the time, but it was convenient to have sunlight when they needed it. Yeah, it's supposed to be dark for months, not just an hour or two there. Anyways, costumes. Overall, the costumes were great with their fur and their thermal underwear and their gloves, and they looked great. Unfortunately, in 65 below weather, you pretty much want to cover up every part of your body. Unless you're an actor in this movie, then you want to show off your face. The only person that was completely covered up, completely covered up their face, was the serial killer. Surprise, surprise. He was the only one that figured it out. You kids still get frostbite on your face. Anyways, you think with 200 researchers and scientists down there, they might have wanted to figure it out. You want to cover up your face. Anyways, the CGI and special effects. I've seen better special effects and green screen production from my local weatherman. The graphics were so poorly done, I thought I was watching a cartoon some of the time. It was so bad. I mean, they filmed this up in Canada. They have snow in Canada. Use it. Okay. Well, with that being said, I'm just going to go into my high-lows. What I can do of my high-lows. High, the ending credits. No, I'm not. It's not just because I was grateful the show was over with, but they actually did some great landscaping and scenery shots that were just gorgeous. The views of the sun on the ice and the colors that popped out, the blues and the greens, it was great. they needed more of that in the movie. Unfortunately, it was mostly black, white, and gray with a little bit of blood. Below, the typical storyline, a story about a boo-hoo cop who's having trials from a previous job, who's just moments away from retirement, just to come up with the biggest job of their career. Come on, how many times have we seen this in Hollywood? A cop retires and someone's out for their head just within moments. Get over it. Hi. The soundtrack. The music was actually the best player of this movie. I think it's what remotely kept me interested in the movie, was the sounds and the music. So kudos to the sound department. Low. The long, dragged out scenes. This movie is only 96 minutes. It could have easily been done in 50 or 60. Just to give you an idea of what they drugged out. For example, Carrie is taking a shower. Oh, but don't get too excited, boys. They show nothing. They just show her washing her hair and a steamed up bathroom for 3 minutes. Ugh, that's just one of the long and dragged out scenes. I could keep on going on about the long dragged out scenes, but I don't want to bore you guys. So overall, this movie was far away from anything original. I've seen this plot many times before, and I honestly think it's rated R because it was ridiculous. It's besides the two guys that were behind me, these two senior citizens, which reminded me of the Muppets, Stoller and Wardoff. I think that's their name. You know, the two guys sitting in the balcony criticizing everything. If it wasn't for them, I probably would have fallen asleep in this movie. They were the highlight. The audience interaction. Hey, there's a hi. Woohoo! When it comes to this movie, catch it on Lifetime because they're sucker for this crap about a stressed out, distressed woman who has a man out for her blood, wanting to beat her up. Yeah. Catch it on TV. If not, you're not going to be sad that you missed out on this one. So until next time, I'll see you at the movies. Bye-bye.